What's going on, everybody? It's Dutchy bringing you a how to play Hanzo video on Overwatch. So let's get into Hanzo. He's a sniper. He uses a bow and arrow. If you didn't know that he used a bow and arrow, well, that's weird, and I'm not sure why you're watching this video. So this video is going to teach you how to be a successful Hanzo player and help your teammate on that objective, because a lot of Hanzo players, they just run around and do whatever the hell they want, killing whoever the hell they want for seemingly no reason. I mean, obviously, part of the objective of this game is to kill the other team, but you've got to do it in a way that makes sense. You're gonna want to pick off your proper targets, and you're gonna want to do it when your teammates are there to help you out. So let's talk about the abilities first of all, because every hero has their abilities, and that's kind of the point of playing different heroes. So I'm playing on the Xbox One, so I have my right bumper, which is kind of your sonar radar. What you want to do is it basically shoots your arrow and it becomes a radar. And how this works is it shows people through walls. They're glowing red. So what you want to do is you're going to want to shoot this off so your whole team can see where they are. It's not just you. Then you wait till they pop around the corner and you lead your shots, which is fantastic. So basically they're coming around the corner thinking, oh, da-da-da-da, and then boom, you hit them right in the face with an arrow because you knew they were coming and your team knew they were coming too, so they get lit the fuck up. So what is your left bumper? Your other ability is your scatter arrow. I've already used it. I used it right there on that Genji. Your scatter arrow shoots off into a billion different places. So this is really useful when people are pushing you. I mean, like, when you're playing Hanzo, you know that there are certain characters that know they will mess you up. So when a Genji is coming for you, you slap on that scatter arrow, you do as much damage as you can. You might not kill him, but if you're a beast, then sometimes you will. But that scatter arrow will make sure you at least hit him. You at least do some damage before you go out. Alright, so that's basically the abilities minus the ult. The ult is that giant dragon that flies out. I'm sure you've seen it. It does a massive amount of damage. But the problem is it's pretty slow, and people have kind of figured out how to dodge it. It's pretty narrow, but even if you're not picking up all the kills with it, it's a great way to clear off the objective and make people scatter so your teammates can kind of pick them off. So I usually wait until a good moment. I don't like to just pop it whenever I freaking feel like it. So yeah, that's basically the abilities minus the passive, which the passive, you climb up walls to get to a better vantage point and you can snipe people from the rooftops, which is great. Now let's talk a little bit about the character matchups here. So who do you want to kill as a Hanzo? Well, basically healers are the most important part of a team, in my opinion. They are just the people that, you know, they kind of save your team. If you have someone doing mad damage, but you've got a Mercy just running around healing your tanks, or you've got a Lucio who's passively healing the whole team, that's a nuisance. So what I like to aim for, first and foremost, when there's a group of enemies, I want to shoot those Zenyatas and those Mercies. Because if I'm sitting there sniping a tank, there's no point if there's a Mercy just sitting there healing him. I can do as much damage as I want, but nobody's going to be able to kill them. So you want to aim for the people that you really need to get rid of and the ones that are easier to hit. So Zenyatta moves kind of slowly and he hovers around. He's pretty easy to hit, so I usually go for Zenyatas and Mercies. But don't be afraid to put damage on those tanks. Don't be afraid to shoot at Reinhardt's shield, because you do damage. You do a lot of damage. So as a Hanzo, who else do you want to be taking down? You want to take down those pesky Bastions who just set up a turret and they just rip your team to shreds. So how you want to do this is you want to wait until he's set up. You want to wait till he's set up as a turret. You want to get behind some cover. You want to poke out. You want to get your aim ready. Then you want to go back into cover. Then you want to pop out, loose an arrow right into him, go back, charge your arrow, go back, hit him again. The best thing is he's not moving, so once you hit him once, you have got him done for. He gets out of his turret fairly slowly, so you just want to strafe in and out of cover, shooting arrows at that piece of shit that everybody hates. Alright, now who to avoid? We've already talked a little bit about it, but Tracers will come for you, Genjis will come for you. Use your scatter arrow, put in damage as you may, but those guys will probably beat you. Another big one that will probably get you is Winston. Winston will jump on you and use his auto-aiming laser cannon. I don't even know what the hell that thing is, and he will rip you apart. So be careful, make sure to back up and just run away as fast as you can. You might not be able to get away, but maybe do some damage while you're running backwards. You don't always have to hold up your arrow in that case. Just loose them, do some damage, get rid of them. Another annoying one is Farah, especially when you're up on the rooftops and she's coming up there. But on the flip side, if she's not focusing you and she's sitting there hovering, you can take her out. So let's talk a little bit about the damage that you do. So your arrow, you hold it up, you hold the charge to shoot it further and do more damage. The damage range is between 30 and 125. So the charge up takes 1 second on this bow and arrow. And if you hold it for a full second, you do 125 damage. Now here is the piece of information that makes Hanzo so devastating. A headshot does double damage. So if you charge that sucker up for a full second and you pop him right in the dome, that is 250 damage, and that is massive. That is just unbelievable. That's why Hanzo is so dangerous. So what you want to do basically is be extremely patient with your arrows. If you'll watch my gameplay here, most of the time when I'm anywhere near the objective, I just hold my arrow. I don't even know if there's anyone there. I just hold it ready to go because that way I can react quickly and I can just snipe them. So you want to be patient too. If you can, aim for the head, but don't be overly patient because you still do a lot of damage just by hitting them right in the chest, right in the stomach, wherever you can hit them. Especially if you're close range or if your teammates are there to help. Don't just sit there and wait for the perfect shot. Just hit those people as quick as you can. But like I said, patience is key as a Hanzo, but you gotta know when to be patient. If you're trying to snipe an enemy Hanzo or a Widowmaker across map, I usually wouldn't advise challenging a Widowmaker from range because long distance Widowmaker is so much more effective just because her shots don't dip like Hanzo's. But at range, it is important to note that Hanzo's arrows do not lose damage. They do just as much damage at any range. But it's just a lot easier because Widowmaker just snipes you. It's just no comparison to a bullet. But that brings me to my next point. Don't challenge when you think you can't kill them. You want to stay with your team. You want to be putting in damage to players that your teammates can kill. You're no use dead, and Hanzo takes a long time to get back because he's not the quickest. He does have decent movement because he can climb rooftops, but when you're dead, your team is going to be missing that steady damage that you're putting in. So you really want to stay alive with Hanzo. In this gameplay here, I think I died twice. That's already a decent amount of deaths because I usually like to die once or 0 times. And that's not me just being arrogant. That's just how Hanzos should play. You want to play on the fringe. You want to move around. You want to pick off 2 or 3 players, then pick a new spot so they never know where you're going to be. They never know where they're safe. It keeps them guessing. You're always in the back of their mind. They're always like, oh, there's that Hanzo sniping me. I need to be careful. And that allows your close range characters to get in there and do some damage. So you're always going to be doing a steady amount of damage with Hanzo. You still are only shooting at 1 target because you're a sniper, so pick your targets carefully. But once you got that ult, you can be a game changer. If your entire team is loaded up on that payload and you shoot your ult, they're going to go every direction possible. You're more likely than not to get at least 2 kills. So then once they scatter, your teammates can pick off the rest, and that is just amazing how that can just change the complexity of the game right there. So Hanzo is a great character. He does help the team a lot, even if people don't see it. If you watch this gameplay here, I get a gold medal in damage, I get a gold medal in eliminations, and I get a gold medal in objective kills. So yes, some Hanzos are irritating to have on your team because they're not doing the right things. But if you've got a Hanzo who knows what he's doing, and now hopefully that means you, then you can really carry your team to that victory. Even if you're not the one sitting there on the objective the whole time, you're the one making sure people can sit on that objective the whole time. You're the one making sure that your teammates are picking up those kills because those healers are gone. So I hope this helps you play as Hanzo. He's a great character. He's a lot of fun once you get used to him. The more you play, the more comfortable you are with his shot. It almost becomes second nature. You don't think about it as much. You don't over aim. You just play, and that just feels amazing. So he's a hard character to use, but I really like using him. He's a lot of fun. So I hope this helps you guys, and I will bring you guys more guides like this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.